For all your mobile bartending needs, both public and private, reach out to Drinks Galore. They provide a wide range of package deals available on their website, drinksgalore.com. Book Drinks Galore. Cheers and enjoy. Tap in with Black Creative Productions, a Black-owned media company focused at creating original and captivating media. From commercials to photo shoots to publications, we have all the tools that you need to build your business up. Follow us on Facebook and Instagram at Black Creative Productions to see all of the latest drops. Black Creative Productions, we are media. What's up, everybody? Robin E here, back. We back. We are back in the building. Okay, I gotta get my mic together. Back in another episode of Pillow Talk Podcast. We here in the purple room. Definitely excited to have my next guest on. Okay, I was running late and I was just all over the place, but that ain't gonna stop us. That's not gonna stop us from having a great interview. So she is just an amazing woman. I've had the pleasure of knowing her personally and just seeing the amazing things that she's done and what she's about. So I'm super excited to have Ms LaDena, okay, of the whole Radical Empire, come on Pillow Talk Podcast. Yes, we love it.
Yes. Thank you.
Yes. We love it. I love you so much. You are just amazing. So I definitely want to introduce you to the people first and foremost. So Miss LaDena, where are you from exactly?
Oh, yes. Hey, peoples. Your girl is from the west side of Waukegan. Waukegan, stand up. You know, when they ask me where you from, I definitely will never say Chicago. I will always say I'm from Waukegan. So I definitely rep the west side of Waukegan.
West side. Okay, ain't no better side. Absolutely. So, Miss LaDena, you are just a phenomenal woman. You know, you are a podcast host, business owner, you know, spiritual life coach for young women and the youth. So, I have to first know, is there any other titles we need to add to your list right there?
Well, it will soon, very, very soon be author added to the list of titles. I am also an elder at Fishers of Men ICM in Atlanta or in Stone Mountain, Georgia. So yeah, I really don't do titles, but if you since you asked, those are the other ones that I do have.
Yes, we love it. I love that. I think that's amazing. You do a lot of things, especially helping people, which I love for sure.
I try my hardest.
Now, to all the things that you do you have one that you feel is like your favorite?
Wow. Whoa, great question. You know what? I can't say I have a favorite because I feel like everything that I do is definitely ministry. So, it's all a vision by God. So I don't think I have a favorite, but, I talk a lot. I've always, ran my mouth. So, being on the podcast, coaching, that's basically what I do. But, again, it's all a vision from God. So I don't think I have one that's my favorite, so to speak.
Yeah, okay. Vision from God, you can't go wrong with that. Amen. You can't go wrong with that. Now, I definitely want to get into the mentorship because I feel like that's just so amazing. And yes, ministry, everything you post, I feel like just has that type of ambiance to it. So, I mean, growing up for you, did you personally have somebody that was like a mentor for you?
I absolutely did. I had a lot of mentors. I was raised by a village. So I was my mom made sure that she kept me very, very busy. So I was a dancer. I was in a drill team. I modeled. I was in the church choir. So she kept me busy. Okay. I don't even know as a young person how I could have been as busy as I was. But I did grow up with a mentor in the drill team. His name was Chief Hamilton. Definitely taught us about respect, taught us morals, character, values, things like that. I also, again, was raised in the church. So, my grandfather was my first pastor. So everybody in the church was a mentor of some sorts to me. My grandmother, she was a teacher. My godmother, she was our camp leader. So I'm not going to name anybody because I had outside of Chief, but I have so many people that, poured into me when I was growing up. So I was raised by definitely a big, big village.
Yes, I love that. Now, I feel like that definitely makes a difference, as you're, growing to an adult, being raised by a village.
Yeah, it does. When I tell you, like, that's where I come from. Like, I watch my mother bring people in. I watch my mother open her door to anybody that was in need. I didn't like it a lot of times because I was there, it was like, they were pulling my mom, and sometimes I needed my mom, but I call my mom the village keeper. So that leads me to be the village keeper's daughter because I now do the same exact thing that my mom has always showed me. So again, it made a very big difference in my life, not only for my children as well. Their friends now have become my honorary children. The young people that I mentor, like, I want to be in their life for the rest of their life. When they, walk down the aisle, I want them to be able to, holler at me and say, come on, come to the wedding. When they have a baby, when they buy their first house, whatever it is that they do, like, I just really want to be a part of that because I feel like they are, my honorary children.
Yes. Okay, you definitely coming to the wedding for sure.
Thank you.
You know what I'm saying? There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. You're definitely coming to the wedding. Definitely coming.
Thank you.
So this has always been your calling then to help people. What was it for you in your life, that led you really to start like your mentorship?
Wow. I will be honest and say, my husband's daughter, actually, her mom, we really didn't see eye to eye. I didn't have much respect for her, because we had a big hand in raising his daughter on our own. We had custody of her. And I'll never forget, it was a time where she hadn't seen her mom. It may have been like 4 or 5 years she hadn't seen her mom, and she was really going through a lot, really wanting to, go and visit and spend that quality time with her mom. Her dad did not want her to go. And I'm like, look, you got to let her go. You got to let her go. And I'll never forget the conversation that I had with her mom at the time. She was asking me questions about her child. She was nervous. She was like, I don't know what I'm going to do. I don't know how I'm going to do this. And I remember on the phone, even though, we really never had saw eye to eye, I remember putting all that to the side. And I remember just telling her, like, look, this is your baby. You gave birth to her. So all she needs from you is love, attention. She don't need no money. She don't need nothing extra. Mm-hmm. She just needs for you to love on her. And after I got off the phone with her, I was in my feelings a lot because I was like, yo, I would never understand or comprehend how it would feel for myself to have to talk to another woman about my children. So I was floored by that. But, I basically coached her on, what to do when she received her daughter. And I remember calling my dad, and I was like, Dad, like, this is dope. Like, I think I know what I'm supposed to do. Like, your daughter is cold with it. Like, I see, in that moment, I literally saw the plan that God had for me. I really felt like, okay, Lord, I'm supposed to coach. Like, coaching is it. And I'll never forget when I started looking for a coach. My cousin had sent me a link for Tony Gaskin's coaching school. And lo and behold, he did, like, I don't know if he do this or not, but he actually like he let us name our price. And at the time, his classes were like $1,200-$1,300. So he let us name our price. And this was in 2016. I named my price. I told him I got $500. And he signed me up. And that's how I became a coach.
Yes. Yep. Yeah. Okay, I love it. Absolutely. She said, this is what I'm supposed to be doing. I think I know. Yeah. Wow. Yeah. Wow. That's, amazing to feel, for y'all to have that relationship and then for you to speak those words into her. Like,
yeah, I never thought that I would. Okay. Because I was like, but God made sure I put my pride to the side and did what he told me to do. So it was good.
I love that. I love that. So you started your journey from that point forward. Now I know you do list online like specifically women and youth. But is anybody welcome to, get services or get some mentorship from you?
Yeah, I mean, I never would turn anybody down. I just feel like, most males, like it's not going to be like, older males. I've mentored and coached younger males, younger adults. But if God leads me to it, hey, I'm gonna do it. It don't matter who it is. So, if it's something that God assigns, I definitely would never turn anybody away.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Okay, because everybody need a little, we need a little.
Amen. Yeah, yeah.
Now, as you're mentoring, what are some things that, just from your experience, you see, youth or women kind of struggling with, or things that kind of come up a lot in those types of, settings?
Well, I would say for the youth, they don't have anybody to listen to them. A lot of the young people will say, my mom don't listen. My mom she don't know what's going on. My dad, I can't talk to them, or, they not listening to me. And so for me, that's the biggest thing. And also understanding that our young people have a process to go through. Coach L ain't always been this way. Like for real, for real. Like I gave my mom and my dad a hard time, like in these streets. I was in these streets fighting. I was in these streets getting kicked out of school. Like I used to do a lot. Okay. You talking about like talking back, disrespectful, not listening,
Ooh.
all of that. Okay. All of that. And everybody know it. But everybody has a process to go through. And I believe that our young people are really they're going through some things. They're going through more than what I've ever had to go through. I think my trials and my tribulations started just because my parents got a divorce. They weren't together anymore. And I was a spoiled brat and wanted them to be together. So I just started acting a mess, But these young people, they have so much more that they're dealing with. They're dealing with the death of friends. They're dealing with having to raise their siblings without the hope. They're dealing with people just not hearing them and not having the time for them. So it's so much more that they are dealing with than what we had to deal with. And on the side of women, I mean, for me, I would say the one thing that I always start with is purpose. When I didn't know my purpose, when I didn't know who I was out here wilding. I was accepting, disrespect from men. I was accepting all these different things and going through all these different struggles that I didn't even have to go through. If I just knew who I truly was, So I always start off with women, with their purpose, and if they know their purpose, and also just learning how to throw away the things that we've been taught that really serve us no purpose at this time. A lot of times we were taught things, growing up, stay in a child's place. You can't speak when if you're a child, you can't speak. And, just kind of, we were kind of muzzled in a way where we didn't have any, we couldn't speak, we couldn't say what was on our mind. So for a lot of that, in my coaching sessions, I do something called throw it away. And what it is like whatever you were taught growing up, if you feel like it was wrong, you get to throw it away and you get to replace it with what you feel like is right. So I'll give you an example. For me, I remember we were always taught, like you get respect when it's given, or, I respect you when you respect me. I had to change my thought process on that, because at the end of the day, you can disrespect me and I can give you disrespect back, but is it going to do anything? No. You can disrespect me. I'm going to show you love. I'm not going to disrespect you back. I'm just going to keep loving you. And then I'll see a change. So I choose to say, like, just because you disrespect me don't mean I'm going to disrespect you back. And dealing with young people, Coach L has been disrespected. Okay. Like them kids be going in.
Ooh, I bet they do me.
They will go on you. But what I noticed is every time I wouldn't battle with them, because that's what they used to. They used to somebody, doing this and not just like saying, oh, okay, all right, I hear you, I got you. But then coming back and still being the same person, never changing the next time that they need you. So that's where that's one of the things that I threw away, and I just choose to, give respect even when it's not given. I'm gonna love you regardless. It's not easy. It's not easy, but I try my best to do it.
No, I love that. And I just love the way you broke that down, definitely with the youth, because I feel like they're always, important. They're the future, obviously. Um, in your opinion, I mean, knowing now kind of, a problem that a lot of youth has, I mean, how do you get a parent to listen to a child? How do you get them to kind of get on that level of just a free space where they can just allow their child to express themselves and actually listen?
Listen, I have three boys. I have three bonus children. So here's the thing. I had to really understand the things that I dragged my kids with me in. I was in an abusive relationship. I dragged my kids along with me. They seen a lot of stuff. They heard a lot of stuff. They witnessed a lot of things. I had to hold myself accountable. Like, you had a choice. You didn't have to take your kids through that. You could have made the choice to leave. I stayed and I took them through those things. So I had to hold myself accountable to say, my kids got anger issues because of what they witnessed. So holding myself accountable and really understanding that, I could have made some better choices and I may not have had the outcomes that I have concerning my kids. First, I was, hold myself accountable. Then I apologize. I had to apologize to my kids. Like, a lot of parents don't want to say sorry. It's simple. Like, I am sorry. I know that I took you through these things and I'm trying to do a better job. I'm trying to do better. And I'm not perfect. I still, have faults. Nobody has a parenting manual. Nobody. But what I had to do was I had to sit down and I had to literally let my boys like go in on me. And when I tell y'all my ugly cry, like it was ugly because it was hurtful. It was really, really hurtful. But I just told them, like, look, whatever y'all feel, whatever that's going on with y'all, whatever y'all got to say to me that y'all need to unleash, let it go. And they did. And it was like shots fired. Bam, 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 bam. I was just taking it. And I took it. And I believe it helped them a lot. I believe it helped them to release what they were really feeling and not holding it in. Because I definitely don't believe in holding things in. Because when you hold that stuff in, that stuff sits on your heart, it blocks your heart. So, you're not able to be authentic. You're not able to be genuine because you got all this blockage. So for parents, I would say, listen, be real. Keep it real and hold yourself accountable for some things that you may have done incorrectly and try your hardest to change it. And if necessary, if apology is needed, apologize to your kids and let them see the vulnerable side of you to say, like, look, mama messed up. I messed up. I know y'all dealing with this because of what y'all done went through, but let's try to fix it now.
Right. Yeah. Right. Okay. Can we just give it up for saying you're sorry? Okay, say you're sorry. I think that's so important because sometimes parents come off as being just invincible and I can do everything and I'm never wrong. And sometimes, kids need to know, like, mommy's not perfect, daddy's not perfect. We make mistakes. We don't know. Yeah. Like, that's so important. I don't have kids, y'all. But I mean, my mom apologizing to me has definitely been one of those things as I've gotten older that I've appreciated. Yeah. Whenever something comes up and it's just one of those moments where I'm like, all right, well, never mind. And it's just like, you know what? I'm sorry. Let me take it back. Okay. Thank you, Mom.
There you go. Yeah.
I love that. I think that's so dope, LaDena. Definitely dope for sure. Maybe more parents need to invest in mentorship. I'm just saying, y'all.
It is the parents. I do say a lot of the problems do come from the actual parents. And, it's going to take the parents to get some coaching for their kids. So hopefully if they, a lot of parents don't get coaching for their kids. I'm just keep it a buck. I do most of my coaching at Youth Build, where I work, but a lot of people are not soliciting coaching services for their children, which it really would help.
Mm.
But I will say, I'm not a licensed therapist. Sometimes, as a coach, I do have to redirect them to therapy first. And then after they finish therapy and have gone through the bouts of therapy, then I can take them on as a coach to, keep up with goals and make sure that they're moving in the right direction. But yeah, it would help. It will help a lot of parents and their children
Yeah.
to get some coaching.
Absolutely. Now I have to get your opinion definitely on women. And just the whole ideology right now that's going on with women.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I'm a part of some of the younger generation as far as, the Instagram and, the body pose and things like that. So do you feel like, there is a big problem with women as a whole not knowing their purpose?
Absolutely. I feel like a lot of women that don't know their purpose, like we settle for a lot of stuff. We settle for taking on employment just for the sake of having employment, not really going to a job that we love, and that it doesn't feel like work, right? We're not operating in our purpose because we're just looking to make the money. We do also settle in relationships. We take a lot of things from men that if we knew who we are and if we knew whose we are, we wouldn't accept those things. And I'm speaking, I'm the first partaker. There's things that I've accepted that I know I shouldn't be accepting because I know who I am. I know what God says about me. I know the woman that He's created me to be. So there's nothing that can trump what God has said about me. And so I'm in this place of my life now where I'm not taking nothing from nobody that God don't, instruct me to take. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like women are really, they do. They just go through so many things that they don't necessarily have to go through. In business, women, oh, don't nobody support me. That's a character flaw. It's a character flaw. Like we all been through it, but it's a character flaw because you wouldn't worry about somebody else supporting you because you know that you're doing what God has called you to do. So you wouldn't need somebody else support. You already got the validation from God. I put up a post and I was talking about how I don't have to be validated by anybody. There was a time in my life that I really wanted people to like care about, I cared about what people thought about me. There was a time where I was, I wanted my man to be like, oh, you're beautiful, you're this and you're that. And then, at one point I knew that because I didn't know who I was. I needed that validation. I needed somebody to make me feel a way, or I needed to be concerned about what people thought about me because I didn't know me. But once I got to know me, hey, I don't need no validation from nobody. I know what God says about me. I know what He told me to do, and that's what I do. If you don't like it, you know what I tell him? Take it up with Him. I dare you. Take it up with Him. Take it up with Him. Yeah. So that's how I feel. I do feel a lot of us women, we kind of settle for a lot of things when we don't know who we are.
Absolutely. Okay, y'all be settling. No, look, we all be settling. I've
We
definitely
are.
settled.
Yeah,
Definitely settled on some
absolutely.
things.
Absolutely.
Now, what about like maybe like a lack of sistership? Because I know I see a lot sometimes of slander, against other women or just that jealousy vibe or hatred. What are some ways as women, we can kind of jump over that hurdle, and be more together as a sex, if you will.
I get it. I get it 100%. Let me I'm an empath, right? So I feel energy. When I go and I'm around people, I feel if it's a spirit of, you know, I don't fool with you. I feel that spirit, right? What I have learned is despite feeling that spirit, I'm still gonna be me. Right. So I'm still gonna go in the room. I'm still gonna say, hey, how you doing? I'm still gonna love on you. I'm still gonna tell you, you're looking cute. Hey, queen. My cousin them say it all the time. That'd be so fake. You'd be like, hey, queen. No, I really mean it because we're all queens, right? And I'm just gonna be me. I'm not gonna dummy myself down. I'm not gonna dim my light. And I just feel like as women, we got enough problems. Do we not? We got enough problems to be beefing with this person because she's doing the same thing you doing, or she messed with this guy, or hey, I love y'all all, to each his own. Whatever it is that you love to do and you want to do, my sister, hey, I love it for you. but I'm not beefing with none of my sisters. I'm just not. And it doesn't matter, when you try to collaborate and you try to unite, you're not always going to get that united front. And you just have to be okay with that. It doesn't mean that it's not you. It's another personal problem that you may not know about. So many times people don't like us and we don't even know they don't like us because nobody wants to go and have a conversation. Nobody wants to talk to you to get to know you. And that's how Radical Radio came about, just because, like, I don't know you, so I want to get to know you. I want to hear your story. So that way, when I start hearing people's story, it gives me the insight that I need to know that person for myself. I don't need to hear what nobody else say about this person or that person. Come on the show, because I want to hear your story. I want to hear how you got started. And it always baffles me how much in common you may have with a person once you hear their story.
Absolutely. You never know. Yeah. Absolutely. I love that. Absolutely. Now let's talk about Radical Radio. Definitely. Okay. Love the name for sure. Now, first off, what does radical mean to you?
Being unapologetically bold and purposely authentic. Just being who you have been called to be. That's it.
Yes. It's magic in those words. Magic. Now, tell us definitely about Radical Radio, how you got to start. You segued us a little bit with that purpose there, but, tell us about it.
Y'all, Radical Radio started just in my little old head. I wanted to have a podcast. I believe that God had, put that on me when I used to blog when I lived in Georgia. I did a blog, and as we were blogging, I remember always talking about, man, we should do a podcast. And it didn't happen. But when I ended up moving back home to Illinois, I remember writing it down. I wrote down that, it was going to be a podcast. I wrote down who my producer was going to be, and that was Maxie at the time. So I still have my journal with all the information in it. And I wrote that down. And I remember Angela Ramirez is one of my good friends. She told me, she said, hey, you could do a radio show. And I'm like, And she's like, yeah, you can get on the radio. And so she introduced me to the people at WRLR, which is a nonprofit radio station. I did the application and Radical Radio was born. And then, when COVID hit, we switched over and transitioned to a podcast. So no training, no nothing. I ain't did this before. It was, me and God. That was it.
Making it happen. You making it happen though.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
I love it. Yeah, I love it. Radical Radio is super dope, you guys. Definitely make sure that you check that out for sure. So, what days, do you guys post? What type of guests have you guys been having on the show lately?
Well, this last season, we really didn't have a lot of guests because I have been on the journey. So I've been just kind of giving tidbits of things that's been going on with me on the podcast this season. So we haven't had a lot of guests. We've wrapped our third season. So we're going into our fourth season. So, y'all, I just need some balance because I have a lot going on. I do a lot. So right now we're on a break and Radical Radio is, we're ramping up. I'm letting God speak and kind of figure out what we're doing. Okay. We'll be back soon. Probably within at the beginning of September, we'll be back. So yeah,
okay, we're gonna be looking for it. Where the episode?
But we coming back. We'll be back for season 4. Absolutely.
And then that's streaming on, all platforms, just so we can.
Yes, streaming on all podcast platforms. We really haven't been going live anymore on Facebook because y'all, I love Facebook, but I don't like Facebook sometimes because it just be a lot. So I wanted to do more of it being strictly a podcast because I feel like once you get trapped in Facebook, it's like you almost gotta be on Facebook. And I'm trying to move away from Facebook and try to, get a different type of audience, people that are elsewhere. So yeah, we really don't do the Facebook Live anymore, but it's a full on podcast, y'all, all podcast platforms.
Definitely. They definitely got to make sure they check it out. Her energy is always like this anytime she's on the mic. So definitely make sure that y'all check that out. Now, is there any other podcast, show that you really like tune into or one that kind of inspired you a little bit?
Absolutely. I used to listen to Charlemagne the God a lot. I listen to now you put me on the spot. I listen to a lot of like Sarah Jakes. I listen to Kim Jones Papier. I absolutely love her. She's a pastor out of Fayetteville, Georgia. Who else? I listen to DJ Envy and his wife's podcast a lot.
Love them.
I love them. Recently, Life Tips. This is a young guy that I had on my show. His name is Nate. I'm into Regina's Kids right now. I've been listening to my cousin's podcast. They going up. I love it. So yeah, I always listen to podcasts. That's pretty much what I be doing. I listen to everybody's podcast. And also, wait, Ebony's podcast. Oh Jesus, I done forgot the name of it.
It's not Peace and something, is it? It's not Peace.
Piece by piece. Piece by piece.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So, and Pillow Talk, of course, I work with Robin E. You know what it is.
Okay, as you should. Well, as you should. No. I love that though. Shout out to all of those podcasts for sure. Definitely Regina's Kids. I'm gonna be tuning into that one. Definitely. Seeing what's up with that. Yeah. Now let's get into the radical eyewear. Okay.
Yes. I absolutely love eyewear. Like I've always loved sunglasses, always just had shades for days. And, I just had a vision and, it was, I just really wanted to customize and have my own eyewear company. And it launched March of 2020, I believe. So we're 2 years strong and it's amazing. I love it. I love, selling eyewear for men and women and children. I haven't got to my little boys yet, but I'm going to get to y'all. I promise. That's something that will be coming soon. But yeah, I love eyewear and I don't know. It was just, I was trying to figure out what can I do, that I really love and I'm passionate about. And, sunglasses and eyewear, it is. And then I'm a nana, y'all. So, my little grandbaby, Rainy Pooh, she got her own eyewear line. So it's Radical Rainbow Kids eyewear line. So Rain sells her glasses. I can't wait until she can start, getting out there and really doing some work. Her nana be working hard for her, but it's amazing. I just want to leave something for my grandbaby and, really teach her, what it is to be a little mini boss. She's 2 years old and, she sells sometimes more than me. She sold out last time. So I said, hey, Rain sold out. Y'all better watch out. So, but yeah, it's just a fun business. It just gives me the opportunity to kind of launch and learn about business and learn about different things. My biggest goal with Radical Eyewear is to design my own frames. So that's something that, hopefully, prayerfully soon, God will open up that door.
We put it in the universe because it's going to happen. Yeah.
So I want that door to be open for me so I can design my own eyewear. But yeah, that's Radical Eyewear.
Yes, Radical Eyewear. Love it. Love the whole radical vibe for sure. Dare to be different, dare to be out the box. I love the frames. You have a lot of people that be posting up in them. The frames are beautiful. So many different ones that you have too.
Thank you.
I love that. Now, will you be, exploring into any other territories of fashion, or will it just be eyewear for now?
You know what, y'all? Like I said, I've been trying. I've been dibbling and dabbling with some stuff. I dibble and dabble in t-shirts and just sayings. Things that I say a lot. I've made my own earrings before, so I've dabbled in the accessories a little bit. I have something on my mind that I really have been wanting to bring to fruition. It hasn't came yet, so I'm just being patient with that. So yeah, it'll be more to come with the eyewear. It's I'm patient. Like I don't want to rush nothing. I don't want to put my feet in something that I ain't ready for. So I just kind of go with the flow and do it as I can. So yeah.
Absolutely. We'll be looking out for them. I got to give me some Radical Eyewear for sure. I need to give me some.
Let me know what you like. Let me know what you like.
I got to give me some so I can pull up to the scene. Now, what else, can we just expect from you this year? I know you were up here, but you're not in Illinois anymore.
No, ma'am. No, ma'am.
Okay. All right.
I got to get free. I got an opportunity and I got free. I got free. For those of them that don't know, like I was in Georgia for 10 years and then I came back home and I was at home for about 3 years. It was definitely all assigned by God because I wouldn't have radical eyewear and all this radical stuff had I not come home. But I was really like waiting on God to release me from the assignment. And I had an opportunity that was presented, and I ended up being able to move back to Georgia. And now I'm in Georgia. So I love being at home, but it's something about, I knew. Let me say this, when there was a lot of work that I did at home, but I also knew that there was more that God was calling me to. I knew that there was more as far as ministry wise that he was calling me to. So at the time, I was starting to get a little antsy, because I'm like, okay, Lord, I know you up to something. I don't know what you up to, but you know how he got something, but you don't really know what it is. And when the opportunity presented itself, I was able to come back home. My church family is here in Georgia, so I was able to come back home to my church family, and I was here. I got here in July of 2021. In September of 2021, I was ordained as an elder. So
Wow.
God just showed up and showed out. I was able to move from home and work for Youth Build in Atlanta. So it's a different environment, different kind of people, different type of young people. So, God has just opened up some doors and I'm able to plant my feet here once again in Georgia. I love it. I always, rock with home. I'll always come back and forth, but I just really feel like being in Georgia, it kind of turned my hustle up a little bit more. It allows me to do a lot more that God has called me to do here. Ministry is thriving. It's going great. I'm excited about what God is doing for the kingdom and for the people of the kingdom. He's doing some amazing things for people. And I'm able to minister to homeless people, and I'm able to minister to, people that, just need a word and just, need some encouragement or some motivation. So it's been amazing this last year that I've been here. It'll be a year soon. Well, it already has been a year. It's been a year. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay. Big moves. Big moves popping. Big moves popping. Okay. No, congratulations. That's amazing. I'm happy that you were able to continue your passion back where, you seem you want to be. So
absolutely. And for those of you that are in Georgia, I gotta say y'all should come visit us at Fishers of Men. That is our pastor Tony Jenkins and co-pastor Janice Jenkins. Amazing ministry. God is doing so many amazing things, and we're right here in Stone Mountain. So if you're in Georgia or online, we're online as well. Look us up online as well. So yeah, it's good stuff happening over there.
yes, y'all got to check that out. Make sure too, you send me the information as well. I can post about it too, and just kind of let people know too, so they can, tune in.
Yes, ma'am.
Now, Ms LaDena, you've been just dropping, so many gems, which I'm so grateful for, and just your vulnerability. You're somebody I feel like that's not ashamed to speak their truths, and we need to hear that sometimes.
Yeah, it's important. Transparency is real big for me. Just being honest. Sometimes I have to be quiet because I'm not supposed to release what I'm saying. Sometimes I kind of prematurely release stuff, but I'm getting better with that. But no, just being transparent is real to me because I can't coach anybody if I'm not able to be real, if I'm not able to be transparent of where I've come from. I just don't ever want to forget where I've came from because God has done so much for me and he has changed me in so many ways. Like, I don't want to forget where I came from. I know that I am a new person, but it's so many of us out here that, once you kind of cross over and you surrender and give your life to Christ, you kind of act like you made it or you arrived. I don't want nobody to get that vibe from me. I'm still, a work in progress. I still have things that God is working on me through, so I just never want anybody to feel that way about me.
No, what? You tell them if they do, they better holler at me.
No, that's okay. Good. I got you.
They better holler at me. No, but I appreciate you so much, your spirit, again, your vulnerability and just being your amazing self. So I do have your IG scrolling on the screen, but if there's anywhere else you would like for us to, tune in and check in and anything, let us know.
Yes, y'all can follow me on IG as she has it here, radical_life, LYFE, as well as Fishers of Men, ICM. That is our the ministry page of Fishers of Men on Facebook. You can also follow me on TikTok at Radical Coach L. I always like to have fun on TikTok, and I might throw a few gems here and there. So y'all go ahead and follow me on TikTok as well. Thank you so much for having me, Queen. I really appreciate you. I do.
Of course. Thank you for coming on. I'm gonna make sure I follow you on TikTok because I don't really be doing a lot, but I need your ministry. Whatever words you speaking, I probably need to hear them anyway. So.
Amen. I got you. Whatever it is you need, he got you.
No, but I appreciate you. Shout out to everybody that tuned in tonight, that shared. Like, somebody did comment. Hold on.
That's probably Maxie.
Okay, somebody said peace. Oh, piece by piece. She was correcting us. Yeah. We sorry. No, but I appreciate you. Make sure you guys subscribe to Pillow Talk Podcast, streaming on all major platforms as well. Sending love and light to all of you guys on this Saturday. Peace out.
Thank you.